welcome to episode number 185 of the TEW 2A Challenge Run. This is going to be Monday night. No, it's not. It's going to be Friday Night SmackDown for week 2 of October 2021. And it's going to be cementing. I think I'm going to finalise the Cyber Sunday card on this show so I can start taking votes after this. I'll probably be up at 5 PM the day this goes up. Will be a thingy-mabobby of the votes. I'll probably leave the link to it in the description as well, because I'm probably going to make a straw poll or something. But yeah, whatever I do, it will be in the description or whatever of this video, and then I'll make a big announcement video for it next time. So I can just... It's annoying because I want to smash out this entire month today. Like, I recorded last week SmackDown, Raw, and now this, all in like a couple of hours of each other. But I want to get all the way to the pay-per-view today, but I can't because I've got to wait for the votes. So hopefully I can just get to Fall Brawl or Raw and SmackDown next week and then stop it there, but it doesn't really matter. Anyway, I'm rambling about stuff that doesn't matter because it's all happened in the past by the time you're listening to this. Without any further ado, let's jump straight to the show. An 80 rated opening segment. Cesaro was apparently a mess without a script to follow, which, fair enough, I guess, but I think he does okay, actually. I think he's actually people are a bit harsh on his promos. But it's the three baby faces from Raw. They all open the show and talk about how they're going to be the one to topple the tribal chief and end his reign before it really even gets going. And how, you know, Cyber Sunday's coming up and maybe we could decide which one of these three deserves an opportunity to face Roman for the WWE Championship on the show. And in the next coming weeks, we're going to see each one in singles action ahead of Cyber Sunday to see who really gets the vote. See who the WWE Universe is feeling for to be Roman's challenger. And in tonight's main event, Cesaro will be in action. And then we head back to the locker room. Roman sitting there with Heyman. He's like, "My tribal chief, did you hear that?" It's like, "Yeah, I heard it." It's like, "Do you want me to send Jacob Fatu to the ring to face Cesaro in the main event tonight?" And then Fatu's ready to go. He's like, "No." Then he turns around, he just glares at Jimmy Uso, and Jimmy's like, "Oh fuck." He's like, "Send him instead." And Jimmy's like, "Oh god fucking damn it." So, because Roman's obviously still pissed at Jimmy for losing the tag team titles at No Mercy. Little does he know it wasn't planned. In kayfabe, he's still angry at it. And we haven't seen Jay since. We probably won't for till at least 2023, probably. But yeah, Jimmy Uso and Cesaro is the main event tonight. Finally time to reward Cesaro with a big main event after what he's done recently, you know. Anyway, Zelina said she was going to try and win last week, and she beat Santana Garrett with a cutter, apparently. Code Red is probably the actual move she'd use. In 4:58, 69 for Zelina, nice, and a 41 for Santana Garrett. And she goes to microphone, she's like, "There we go. See, I knew that me and Andrade will be back on the winning path. And it starts tonight with this big win that I got here. Zelina Vega, a competent wrestler. Who'd have ever imagined?" And Sonya's not supposed to be on screen here. He's like, "You know, if you're a loser like Sonya Deville, who told me to stay out of the ring and to mind her own business last week, well, I hope you're watching, sis, because I got the job done. Something you haven't done in quite some time." Anna Pierce is in his office. And then Indy walks in like, "Da da da da, hear ye, the Queen and SmackDown Women's Champion shall enter the room." And she opens the door and in walk Sasha, Dana and Mickey. It's like, "So, I've got to wrestle Candice at Cyber Sunday for my championship." And Pierre's like, "That's right, she won the number one championship last week." He's like, "That's disgusting. Like, ew, but whatever, I'll embarrass her on the pay-per-view." But since it's Cyber Sunday, you know, I was thinking, what if we gave the WWE Universe a chance to vote on 3 choices to be special guest referee? Pierce is like, I like how you're thinking, Sasha. Like, well, who have you got in mind? And she's like, "Well, Mickey, Dana, and Indy." And Pierce is like, "No." And then Candice and Johnny walk in like, Pierce, come on, you can't be listening to that crap. That's cuckoo bananas, come on, Pierce. At least, you know, if you're going to give one of these girls the chance to referee the match, then Candice needs somebody in her inner circle that can referee on her behalf. And then Pierce is like, yeah, okay, right. Stop it. We'll run a referee, special referee policy who referees the match. It's going to be option A, Mickie James. Option 2, Johnny Gargano. And Sasha's like, well, who's option 3? And he's like, myself. And Sasha's like, well, that's you. Like, you need to promise you're not going to call it down the middle because you've got a vendetta against me. And Pierce is like, where has this come from? This is the first I've ever even interacted with you. It's like, well, I can see it in her eyes, Adam. You're trying to screw me over. And she leaves. And Johnny's like, oh, she's so cuckoo bananas. And it's like, oh yeah, by the way, Candice, you're wrestling indie tonight. She's like, okay, sick. 50 rated match. Elias beats Ike Manjiro, who's just up for a night from NXT, with a diving elbow drop in 356. But it's not as easy as it sounds, because while he's dominating Jiro, Riddle just wanders out onto the stage. He scoots onto the stage, and he's got a bongo drum with him. He's like, hey bro, I'm a musician of my own, see? He starts banging the bongos as Elias is which is obviously distracting. He's like, oh, go on, Elias, bro. He starts banging the bongos even louder. Obviously, the crowd love him because they love stupid shit like that. And Elias is just shaking his head as he looks at Riddle like, you fucker. After the match, he gets something he's like, hey, bro. I just wanted to show off to my favourite musician, Elias, that I'm also a musician specialist. And he's like, well, can you play anything substantial? You're just smashing a drum. It's like, I can play your guitar, bro. And then he takes the guitar and he starts strumming on it, and then Elias, of course, cheap shots him. Smashes the bongo drum over Riddle's head. And then leaves. So these two are going to have a blank on a pole match at Cyber Sunday, because you gotta do one. And you can choose, will it be guitar on a pole, or will it be bongo on a pole? Oh, fuck's sake. We then get Pat McAfee just chatting with the Rock and Roll Express, who came back last week because I need to give an old tag team a 6-month run. And they're explaining who they are for the younger fans who don't know them, and why they should care about these two 60-year-old men, and how they're gonna... They never won championship gold in WWE, at least I don't believe so. I think they were just NWA. And better late than never. And now they're here on SmackDown. They came up short against Priest and Murphy last week, but this ain't the end of their rodeo. They're here to capture the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. And I believe, speaking of SmackDown Tag Teams... Yep, what the fuck? 71 for this? Okay. Vikings win a 6-minute match against Subculture when Ivar pins Morgan Webster with a Viking experience. 65 for Webster, 68 for Andrews, 72 for Eric, and a 71 for Ivar. That's... I wasn't expecting that to do that good. Then after the match, Dijakovic jumps into the ring. And he starts fighting Eric. Of course, Ivar's in there as well, and he fights him off as well. But Eric's the one he's got beef with because the randomizer told me so. He hits Feast Your Eyes on Eric, and then Ivar pulls him to safety and sort of wakes him up on the ramp. And then Dijakovic goes to Mike. He's like, "You and me, Eric, Cyber Sunday." And that's when the voting comes in, because it will be Eric and Dijakovic at Cyber Sunday again. If everything's seems rushed here on SmackDown, it's because I want to get the voting video up as quickly as possible without having any spoilers in it. So I want to get the entire card announced today. And the options for Dijakovic versus Eric will be Last Man Standing, Underground Rules, which will be they fight in the Raw Underground arena, or Street Fight, I believe. Force Count Anywhere, not Street Fight, yeah. Because there was a trigger Street Fight in another place, that's why it's Force Count Anywhere. So yeah, Force Count Anywhere, Underground Rules, or Last Man Standing. But then in Adam Pearce's office, we just see a camera angle of like Pearce is zoomed on his face. He's just shaking his head, and Gulak stood next to him, like looking all like apologetic, like "Oops, sorry." And then we just get incoherent screaming from the Street Profits and Bobby Roode and Baron Corbin about, well, I'm going to be the one. They're going to vote for me to be the US champion. No, I'm going to vote for me to be the US champion. And Pearce looks at him like, is this what you wanted? And he's like, I didn't understand it would get this way, Pearce. And then they all just go silent and all look at the door. As just Randy Orton just comes in, just looks around, shakes his head, and walks out. So we're going to get like a little showcase Fatal 4-Way later on tonight. We're going to get more of them over the next coming weeks, but we're getting one tonight. And it's going to be to show like basically just anyone who can be voted in to fight for the US title. We're going to give them a chance to really show what they can do and why you should vote for them. So tonight it's going to be Montez Ford, Bobby Roode, Baron Corbin, and Randy Orton. 78? Jesus! The matches on this show are fucking rocking it. Candice LeRae defeats Indy in 8 minutes and 8 seconds of a heartbreaker. 71 for Candice and a 63 for Indy. Nice. So Candice gets the momentum here tonight against one member of Boss, but will Mickey be the referee, or will Johnny Gargano, or will Adam Pearce? Fate's up to you. We then get Bivens Enterprises in the ring, and they're like, when do these Mysterio boys want to learn their lesson? A month ago, Kevin Owens attacked Rey Mysterio to announce himself as the new member of Bivens Enterprises. Last week, Dominic Mysterio was manhandled by the Colossus Omos. But yet I see Rey Mysterio on Twitter. He's going to be back next week and he wants to fight Bivens Enterprises. Well, here's what we're going to do. You can get your hands on one of these three men, Rey. And it won't be my choice. It won't be your choice. It will be their choice. Because at Cyber Sunday, you will take on one member of Bivens Enterprises. But will it be the phenomenal AJ Styles? Will it be Kevin Owens? Or will it be the Colossus Omos? And then Mansoor and Dio Madden come out and they're like, well, we want to fucking fight right now. And then Kevin Owens takes the microphone. He's like, you know what? I'm always down for a fight. It's in my fucking name. Fight Owens, fight. So what do you say, AJ? Why don't we kick the crap out of these two? Like, well, God, by gummit, Kevin, let's get it done. So it's AJ and Kev against Dio Madden and Mansoor up next. Dio's got a new gimmick. He's a great massive weeb, okay? Nice. I agree. 70 again, another match that didn't need to be as good as it was. AJ and Owens defeat Mansoor and Dio Madden when AJ pins Mansoor over Styles Clash. 48 for Manny, 63 for Dio, 78 for AJ, and it's 82 for Kevin. Nice. So a formidable tag team here in Bivens Enterprises, two of the top heels over the last 5 years. And one of these two, or Omos, will be going one-on-one with Rey Mysterio at Cyber Sunday. We then get a segment. Bianca Belair comes to me and she's like, Alexa, girl, I've had enough of this shit. You, ever since you've come back, all you've done is be a pain in my ass. And I'm gonna whip that ass at Cyber Sunday. Whether you want to admit it or not, girl. Then Alexa pops up on the Titantron. It's like heel Alexa, you know, normal heel Alexa Bliss, not Spooky Bliss, just, you know, plain old goddess Alexa. She's like, Bianca, God, when do you ever shut up? Like, I've got nothing to do with you. Like, I couldn't let you win because I'm not done with you. You crossed the line, Bianca. And she's like, girl, what the fuck did I do? She's like, you. And then she starts laughing. It's like, and then she snaps back at her and becomes serious again. She's like, you took my spot. That should be me in there. That should have been me in the main event of WrestleMania. I'm a 5-time women's champion. You're just a rookie. And you've been given all these opportunities. You've main evented WrestleMania. You've won the Royal Rumble. This stuff that I haven't done. So, we're going to prove that once and for all that you're a flash in the pan and that I'm the real deal here in WWE. When we face each other at Cyber Sunday. It's like, but will you be facing me at Cyber Sunday? And then it's like CGI. You see like glittery fairy bliss step out from behind Alexa, like hop onto her left. It's like, oh, you'd be facing me, and then she blurs the glitter on the screen, like, and then from the right steps out spooky Lily, black makeup Alexa. He's like, oh, maybe me, and then they all just start laughing. And then Bianca looks around like, what the fuck, girl? So there we go. Bianca versus Alexa Bliss set for Cyber Sunday, but which version of Alexa Bliss shall it be? Shall it be babyface, glitter bling bling Alexa? Will it be heel goddess, normal bitchy Alexa? Or will it be spooky scary Alexa? 79 for the Showcase Fatal 4-Way. Randy Orton wins it. He pins Corbin with an RKO. Ford gets a 74, 83 for Roode, 78 for Corbin, and an 82 for Randy. Gulak was at the desk. And yeah, so he was getting a look at all people that could potentially get voted in. So basically, anybody on the SmackDown roster that I haven't announced for a match so far can be voted in. That includes, you can't vote for Cesaro, Priest, and Murphy because they're options for the main event, even though two of them won't be wrestling. I think that also includes Johnny Gargano. You can't vote for him in case he's the referee. And I think that's the only other options of that. Ivar, you can vote for because he's not in the match. You can't vote for AJ, Omos, or Kevin. Dominic, you can vote for, but you can't vote for Ray. I'll probably run out a whole list of everybody in the video. It's fine. I won't make you remember everyone on SmackDown. Then after the match, Randy's just walking up the ramp, heading to the back. And then Cesaro's coming out for the main event, and they sort of just have an awkward little... they do this a lot. One person's leaving, one person's coming out, and they sort of just awkwardly cross paths and just stare at each other on their way to the back as we go to adverts. Not sure if it's even going to lead anywhere, or if it's just fun little things that I like booking, because I think if I want to pick up Cesaro and Randy later on, I can. 69 for the Mixed Match Challenge hype. The last two quarterfinal matches are in. Jeff Hardy and Io Shirai will take on Mustafa Ali and Mia Yim, but will they? Because we haven't seen either of those two since last week. And I remember last week I was like, oh, I can't remember if it is Ali and Yim, because I wouldn't have put them in there. But I remember what I'm doing now, so yeah. Because they did get through, but we're going to need to replace them because they're not here. So who will be the replacements for Ali and Mia Yim? Find out at the Mixed Match Challenge. And then also Shotzi and Damian Priest are against Maki Mura. And Maki, of course, a little bit more reluctant to listen to Boogs' rocking this week because she's been going through a phase over on Raw right now. She's just being a bit obnoxious. There we go. I knew I could trust my boy. I think Cesaro might be the best wrestler on the planet on this game. I might have to adjust my plans. In a good match, Cesaro defeated Jimmy Uso in 14-14 by submission with a sharpshooter. 88 for Cesaro and a 70 for Jimmy to end the show. 93 rated main event. God. And 85 overall. It's those two stupid 69s, nice, that ruined the whole show. But we're now going to get on to what will surely be another banging episode of the Mixed Match Challenge. I was just thinking as I was setting this up, this tournament has unironically fucking banged. And I'm hoping the two matches I've set up here tonight are gonna be bangers too. Especially the the first one seems like it could be. But anyway, we've got a Raw recap, the 10-minute Raw recap that we get every week. And then we get the hype segment for the opening match. Io and Jeff cut their promo, and then, instead of Mustafa Ali and Mia Yim, who have been absent since last week, we need a last-minute replacement for them. And in comes Andrade and Zelina. Obviously, because Zelina is now wrestling. So they've got the opportunity to jump in late and win it all. They don't. In 88, Io pins Zelina with a moonsault in 15:07 to submit her and Jeff to the semi-finals. Jeff gets a 79, 89 for Io, 70 for Zelina, and 83 for Andrade. I am aware that Io also hasn't been on the show for 2 weeks, but that's fine. This would be, her return, and she's going to be on Raw next week. It's fine. Chill. SmackDown recap gets a 99. Nice. All of the people that were key parts of this week's episode as we submitted and finalised the card for Cyber Sunday. And then we get a hype segment for the main event, the final quarterfinal. Shotzi and Priest, Shinsuke and Maki. Maki's a lot more hesitant to team with Shinsuke and Boogs this week, seeming kind of fed up with Boogs' rocking. What the fuck? Jesus! Why? Why did Maki just get a 94? In a good match, Shotzi and Damian Priest punch their ticket to the semi-finals. They defeat Maki and Shinsuke in 13-24. Priest pins Shinsuke with a reckoning. 75 for Priest, 70 for Shotzi, 94 for Shinsuke, and a 66 for Maki. And a 94 for the match. So now the semi-finals are set, and they'll take place next week, with the final taking place on week 4 of October. I don't think I've ever actually mentioned this in video, but the winning team get a WWE or World Heavyweight and then a Raw or SmackDown Women's title match between them whenever they want, or within the next month or whatever. Yeah, sometime soon. But the semi-finals will be Big E and Tegan Nox taking on Montez Ford and Bianca Belair, and then Io and Jeff taking on Shotzi and Damian Priest. 95 for the overall rating of the show. Fucking the best show I've probably ever booked. But what matters more than that is what you thought of the shows. So let me know what you thought in the comments below. I will probably have the Cyber Sunday polls in the description, and you can jump on if you want to get there like 5 hours early, because they'll be up at like 5 PM this time in a big video. And I'll see you then, hopefully.